And you trust him choosing a place for you guys to stay?
Yes, because he knows how I am. You know how he says, like, the places that I live have to be, like, super nice?
Yeah.
Girl, he said that the
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book 91. We're talking to you guys about Gil and Myrla. Are they becoming the next Armani and Woody? Probably people are gonna say no. It is what it is. I wanted to bring you in with a clickbait title because I definitely don't think they're gonna ever be Woody and Armani. But hey ho, you're here now. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of the what up loads. And for those of you who are returnees, you already know what it is, baby. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. Yes. All right, listen, stay hydrated because the streets out there are hot. All right, let's get into this particular video. Before we do, let's get on the intro, baby.
Little Black Book, you know what time it is.
All right then, yeah. So talking about obviously Gil and Myrla, have they become the new Woody and Armani? No, they have not. But they have shown everybody up on this season, and they have shown us the way, seemingly, towards a better route for their marriage. Now, we saw in that clip there where Myrla said, obviously, I trust him to go and choose an apartment. Now, that is huge. That is huge. You know, and I said it, I wasn't a big fan of Myrla in the beginning, but I'm starting to see her in a different light. The way she dealt with Hyper, the dog, as well. The fact that she said she didn't want to take the dog out and was, taking the dog for a little walk and feeding the dog and, dealing with the dog. So she went from being, I don't want a dog, to now, I want you to even buy me a dog. How sway? Okay. Now, so what I'm saying is that, look, and I said this from beforehand. I said, listen, Gil and Myrla are the exception to a rule, right? Because every time you try to, and I'll say it straight, I believe Myrla had walls. And the reason why is because when you're saying no, the attitude and the energy that you were saying no to was part of it. But also as well, like for instance, the dog situation. You didn't want a dog. Now you want a dog. Why? Now, I get it. Listen, we change our mind because we feel affection for the partner that we have. No, I get that. But the way she was vehemently saying, it's not going to be me. I'm not about to do it. That is the wall that I'm talking about. That wasn't boundaries. That was the wall. I ain't going to do it. I ain't about to do it. And then suddenly you just flip around. You ready to do it? You just didn't want to. You just want to be. You just didn't want to. Hey, English. Can you speak English over there? All right, cool. Let me start again. So I just felt like she just didn't want to do it. And she didn't want to be told to do it. Myrla doesn't like being told what to do, right? She doesn't like being told what to do. She gets to tell Gil what it is, right? That's why in that clip, she's telling her friend, he knows what I like, and he's going to get what I like, and I'm going to get what I want. Now, can I be honest with you? This is very similar. The energy of I want to get what I want is Jose like. Jose wants to get whatever he wants. But she's without obviously the malice and I would say the aspects of control that Jose implements on the relationship. It's more of a case of for her, I want it the way I want it, and that's the standard I'm going to have, and either you take it or leave it. Which Gil has decided to take it, and therefore he has to work with that. So that's why it's a huge difference between her and Jose. I'm not putting her even close to Jose's level at all, and nothing like that at all. I'm not even saying she's abusive or anything like that, or that she's doing wrong. I was merely just trying to explain the energy of wanting to have things her way, right? It's her way or the highway kind of situation. Although, like I said, she has changed on several parts. For instance, the dog situation, she changed on it. So I'm seeing great progress, at least in the area for Myrla of growth. There are some areas that are going to be worked on, but I'm seeing growth.
these were like on another level. He said the gym had like those mirrors that have those workouts, the people that work you out on the mirror.
Oh, cool.
He said it had like an
I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something. And I know people might not agree, but I'm gonna say something. I actually do like Myrla, so I really do. The way her friend just said, "Oh, cool." Listen, sometimes you don't realize how you can treat people and they can stick with you for a long time, right? So I mentioned this on the live. I said, I think just the way that Gil says to Myrla the jokes about her being spoiled and the money she spends and da 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 da, how those jokes, she said on Unfiltered, she didn't like those jokes. One or two, yeah, but after a while, she doesn't like those jokes. She doesn't like it. It's annoying, right? But we didn't get to see that, right? Sometimes in relationships and friendships, people tolerate certain things and don't say a word. I'm wondering if the friend is also tolerating Myrla's attitude. Here's why I'm saying that. This is the second time Myrla has mentioned her eyebrows, okay, on national television. She buoyed it at the wedding and she buoyed it here too. With, girl, your eyebrows ain't done. Da, 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 da. Listen, I get it. Girls have banter like that all the time. Amanda have banter as well too, bro. But the tone, the way she said it, I said, I wonder if your friend is tolerating that. And even there, when your friend, when she was like, "Oh, great," that is not an "oh, great." She's not really happy. She's not really happy. But let me say less.
Acre amenity space, like huge open space with like big giant pool, like barbecue, like play area, and all these things.
And I love the fact that Miller's excited about the fact that Gil has got a place for them too, and he's got a place that she's actually gonna like. She's a little bit bougie. She's a little bit, she likes her upper echelon when it comes to the quality of her stuff. But again, I think it speaks volumes to the fact that she can trust him and she trusts his judgment to get what she wants. And I think that is why I'm saying the relationship is moving in a good direction. At one point beforehand, we weren't sure they were going anywhere. We couldn't see them. We could see him being frustrated by her consistently. But as she's about to say later on, she loves the fact that Gil was so patient. Now, when I say this, when someone says to you that they appreciate the fact that your partner is so patient, it means they know they're a handful. They know they're a handful.
The theater.
You love spending money.
You sound like my husband.
Don't change him now.
So even a friend so this is what I'm saying. So even a friend mentions she loves spending money. I don't think it's even bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not for me, but I don't think she's that bad, to be honest. Like I said, she holds her own and she's financially afloat, and by all means, the brother needs to get his money from Colombia. So I'm not gonna even jump on her financial situation. She's locked and loaded and she's ready and has every right to spend the money she does earn. But like I said, not aside that, this conversation, maybe it might be the way the camera is doing it and the way they're editing, it doesn't seem warm. And it could just be my sentiment. I may be wrong, and I want to have that conversation in the comment section. And once again, but I'm not feeling warm. I'm not really feeling the warmth of this conversation. I'm not feeling the love in this conversation. I don't know about you guys.
Because you're bougie.
A little bit. I think he's already bougie on his own because he really likes the nice apartment that he picked out for us.
Okay.
I think it might be the editing. It might be the editing. The editing might be editing it in a way that she, it's seeming a little bit coldish. Like the friend's there, but she's not interested. Doesn't feel warm in this interaction. I don't know about you. Are you see what I'm seeing? Maybe you're not seeing it, but I don't know. I'm not feeling it too tough. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Would be.
But regardless.
I think for me, I knew that if I focused on the negative, like the things that I didn't get, then I would like go down a hole, like an endless.
And this is what I love about Myrla, and this is what I love about Myrla and Gil as well. Gil has mentioned this. Myrla is a woman of compassion. So what I wish we could see more of is her compassion, because she does. That's something that Gil said he loves about her compassion. I would love to see that more, from her as well on the edits. But she mentioned there talking about how. Her and Gil, and the fact that the way that the relationship's also set up at the moment, they are trying to do better, right? And I think this is just before they talk about the friend situation where she doesn't want to go to the house. But I'll play the clip a little bit more. We'll talk a bit deeper.
Hole of nothingness. But if I focus on the positive, like I knew there was a lot of good in him, because just from meeting him and the things he was sharing and like.
So what's important for Myrla in this situation is what she's talking about is the good in Gil. She wanted a good man, right? And this was what's triggered off a conversation on the live that was a very good conversation about how men and women see each other differently and what they need from each other, right? And I will say this again, there are so many dickhead men out there that women like Myrla and others just want a good man. Like, I just want a good man. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have to earn as much as me, but I just need a good man, right? I'm not saying that's for Myrla anyway, by the way. And the reason why is because they've met so many guys who are just not doing the basics. Just give me a guy that does the basics. You know what I mean? That will love me, care for me, be compassionate, be loving, be caring, right? And that's what she's getting from Gil. And so the difference between men and women in here is that, because women also as well hypergamy or hypergamous, oftentimes they always marry up. It can be very difficult then to deal with a man who doesn't earn financially the same level as you. But if you've gone through experiences where you've dealt with really bad men, you'll be happy with someone like you. You'll be happy to get a Gil. So long as he loves me, cares for me, and treats me right, I'll be okay with him. Right. And I think that's what Myrla is expressing right now. This guy has taken the patience to get to know her, to really understand her by her boundary setting, I'll have you say. But she's not complaining. She's not frustrated by him. They've basically said they don't really have many problems. If they don't make it, we'll have to ask some really questions here, because you guys have said that you haven't really argued about nothing really too tough. You just kind of discuss things. Then we need to know what's going on, because if you don't make it to the end, we're gonna have very serious weds.
As day by day, as I got to know him better, I was like, oh my God, like this is like even more than I would have, like what I could have imagined. And I will say, like, he is so patient. And I don't even know that I stressed patience. Like,
this is why I said to the ladies, Gil is a unicorn. Gil is a unicorn. There is not many of us that are going to be so patient when your attitude stinks, or when your attitude is poor, or when your attitude is negative. There's not going to be many men who are going to want to stick around. I'll be honest with you, right? But Gil does want to do that because he is a unicorn, and it's not the patience that's the problem. It's not. That's not like men ain't necessarily patient. We're just not patient to break down walls, which is what I was telling you about. Someone being guarded is different from someone having walls. Someone who's guarded is being cautious about how they operate in the interaction with you. Somebody who's got walls up is as attitude. There is the behavior is odd, but there's a reason for it, but it's odd still nonetheless. They block you from making certain movements with them, and they do certain things which you won't understand. That's the wall stuff, right? And so the constant no's from Myrla as well, saying, I'm kind of sensing a little bit of the walls, I think they've come down now, but I'm sensing the walls. And a lot of guys don't have the patience for that, because there's no need to. Well, why do we need to knock down walls, right? Same way I wouldn't expect women to don't knock down walls for men. Please don't. Please don't. You're not going to find a gem behind that. Don't do it. That's how you end up in a 20-year affair, and you've been cheated on 4 or 5 times because you try to break some walls. Don't do it. Sis, let it go. All right? Let it go.
And you got it. So if you guys had an argument about something like real, how would that be?
If we have something that we disagree upon, I think we're just going to communicate with each other.
So she's quite confident there, saying obviously how we're going to communicate. If it's an argument, we're just gonna. If there's a debate about something, we're gonna communicate, and that again shows a level of maturity when you can do that as a couple. But I love the fact that she can even perceive that. So she sees the character of Gil and herself and realizes, no, we're going to communicate if we have issues. And the reason why is because actually both very direct. Oh, they are direct. They are horribly direct with one another. And that it actually eradicates all the nonsense in between. If I don't like it, I don't like it. I tell you I don't like it. And actually, I think a lot of us can learn from that, because I don't think many of us are that direct. I'm not going to be honest with you. I'm not that direct. I can be, but I'm not going to be that direct. I'm a bit more, I like to pitter-patter a little bit around it. Do you know what I mean? I want to soften it for you. Do you know what I mean? So the directness allows for them to have really quick dialogue about issues and be like, hey, this is where I'm at. This is where you're at. There's no fluffing, no go around it, no too much emotions concerning the issue. I'm on it or I'm not on it. I'm forward or I'm not forward. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm back or I'm back. You know where I stand, basically. And that helps with when you're having difficulty in negotiations and conversations with one another as well.
Each other about it.
And so do you notice when he's like not happy about something?
When he's really tired, when he's really exhausted, he gets quieter, which is rare.
Yeah, it's definitely the edit. I don't think the friend's cold. It's just definitely the edit. I love again how Myrla has also observed, but when he's quiet, that means he's really tired. Like again, they're showing us this edit where Myrla and Gil are on the same wavelength. They're on the same wavelength. They can see one another, you know. And so for me, I'm loving the direction they're going in. That's why I said I kind of compared them to Woody and Armani in the sense of just the fact that they've turned it around, and they're heading in such a great direction where we can see for ourselves that these two are on a pathway to success because they talk, they conversate seemingly, and one person is willing to yield. Gil. Now, how long he's willing to yield, that might be a different story, but he's willing to yield, right? He's willing to cave in. He's willing to compromise. Doesn't have much choice though because he doesn't earn more financially than her, but he's willing to compromise on the issues around how they deal with their finances and what they do with the house and stuff like that. You know, the fact that he's given up his lease as well to be where she is, bruh. That's going to be an interesting conversation in terms of who pays the bill, though. I want to know. Well, they probably won't tell us, but that would be interesting. You know, like, would that be an issue? Who pays the bill? Who pays more of the rent? Who pays more of the, the bills or whatever? Like, that's going to be an interesting conversation in itself. So, I'm looking forward to that as well. One last little view.
I think the other thing is like he's so social, and I'm not.
Oh yeah.
So like he likes to go to people's houses.
Now, this was such an interesting conversation, and this is why I was talking about her attitude. Why I said that a lot of men wouldn't want to be around this. Listen, don't get twisted. I think Myrla's a gem. I think she's a sweet one, but you're gonna have to break walls down to get to the space. And like I said, I'm not about it. In 2022, I'm not about it, darling. There's lovely ladies out there who are open and ready to talk. So, who are ready to be open with you and interact with you on an open plane. I'm not trying to figure out your deep dark trauma. I'm not trying to do it. I do that enough at work. I don't want to do that also with my partner. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, do you know what I mean? So let's listen to this, what she says.
I don't. The other day, he's like, oh, I really want to go to my friend's house. Like, he just bought a new house. And I was like, oh, cool. Well, can we just meet him at a bar or at a restaurant? He's like, why on earth would we meet him at a bar or restaurant?
Now, I'm sure, I'm sure, oh, no, let me not say I'm sure. I would like to hope that I think Myrla will probably pop a little bit of resistance, but she will also compromise on this area where she will become a bit more sociable when she's with Gil. Let's hope that it's not going to be a thing where she makes him withdraw. I don't think she will do that. She doesn't seem like the type. So I think she'll compromise and start going more social outings with Gil because Gil's going to do that anyway. That he's a social butterfly. He's going to be out. There is no way you're going to hold him down. So when she talks about how she's going to be perceived is what I want to talk about in terms of attitude. Why I said that a lot of men would dodge, right?
You can go to their house.
Meet him at a bar or restaurant. It's not the Myrla show. So you have to meet his friends and then they will know you.
Now, if you watch a little face, she's like she's playing, but at the same time, she's being really true. Like this is, and her friend says it's not the Myrla show because if you don't put effective boundaries with Myrla, it's going to be the Myrla show, right? So she discussing this point about how she didn't want to go out to the actual house. She wanted to go to the bar. They were still going out. So why not the house? It didn't make sense. Like, why would you want to go out to the bar and meet them, but not meet them at the house? You're still going to be out. Do you know what I mean? So again, that is all to do with what Myrla wants, and why I'm saying that for a lot of men that would be very difficult to deal with because why are we not mixing and blending here? Like that shouldn't even be an issue. We're meeting a person at the house. Why would there be an issue between meeting that person at the house, but you want to meet them at the bar? What for? You know what I mean? Like you're still going to be out.
Because you also don't want them to think you're a, B.
Well, I don't really care.
It does matter. You're his wife, not his girlfriend.
I will.
Again, and I think she's joking here as well, but just much like Ryan, when he was making that joke, and I said, there's always an element of truth in that joke. She doesn't mind. Honestly, I don't think she does mind. I don't think she minds being looked at as that. That's their business. As far as men is concerned, that's their business. I'm setting my ways, and that's what it is. But like I said, this will backfire if she continues that path. If she stays on that path and says, I won't go anywhere and I won't be out on these outings. I'll do it whenever I want to do it. It will be a problem for Gil. That's something that will happen to Gil where he'll feel frustrated because he's a social butterfly. But again, I think she's joking here, or at least there's a dash of joke here. But I think there's some realness to it as well. So I think with Gil Murder, just listening to her here, she's gonna say a bit more. Again, it's a friend trying to offer that wise wisdom. And I think that's important as well, having good friends around you that can offer wise wisdom and wise counsel so that you don't just stick to you and you learn how to come out your shell. Similar with Gil too, because he's going to have to learn how to compromise. I said this earlier on. She's going to be always bougie. You're going to have to learn how to compromise, sir. You're going to have to buy some nice things. That's what you got chosen.
Say hi to them. Hi, nice to meet you.
They're going to think you're big.
She's just kidding. So yeah, she was just kidding in that particular scene anyway. But I thought I should say those particular words. But maybe I've said something that's a bit different to what you guys think. What did you actually think of that particular scene? I want to do another video specifically with Gil talking to the friend about what he felt towards Myrla as well. But what did you guys think of the Gil Myrla situation in this situation? Do you think I'm being a bit too harsh with Myrla? Do you think that, you know, Myrla and Gil are on their way to being an excellent couple? Like, let us know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Remember, we're on the road to 100K, so help us by liking, sharing, and also what? Liking, sharing, and what? I don't even know no more. Just like, share, subscribe, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys, man. Stay locked and stay loaded, baby.